Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and I am a guided meditation instructor. I stream here on Twitch. I bring guided meditation to Twitch. That's one thing I do. I also have a master's in philosophy, so we do philosophy streams. We discuss all sorts of philosophical topics from philosophy of mind, metaphysics, and philosophy of language sometimes, and then also let's see, what else do we do? Philosophy of mind, metaphysics, and philosophy of science, of course, because those are my three favorite areas. And then also, I'm a chess instructor IRL, so we do chess streams. Let's see, we got Evelyn. Welcome. Okay, things are getting exotic here. Things are getting exotic. Evelyn Yoga's here, straight from Australia. Look at that, bam. She's here in a heartbeat. Evelyn just pops in today. She's off work today. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Welcome, Evelyn. Welcome on in. How are you doing? How's life going with you? Have you fully recovered? Have you fully recovered from your injury? This is an important question. You say, that's so funny. We're not exotic, but love that you think it is. Everyone from Australia is completely exotic. You have you walk around with like a boa constrictor wrapped around your neck. Just you're doing all sorts of weird dances, and you walk into rooms and have potions and stuff that you're sprinkling all around. I mean, this is what people in Australia do. And then they go out in the outback and they jump in kangaroos' pouches and it gets kind of wet in there, but they have a good time. Yeah, that's what we learn in America about Australian people. You guys, and you have the best opera house in the world, the Sydney Opera House. That's pretty cool too. But you're not in Sydney, so I don't know how often you get to go there. But it's the best from what everyone says. But how are you doing? Let's see. I know it's going to take some time off to recover. Yeah. I mean, well, that's how injuries are. Right? K-Rob was actually just in here yesterday, or 2 days ago when I streamed, and she slipped on the ice. I don't know if you get ice where you're at, but we have actually cold winters, and it's been pretty cold. And she slipped on the ice and broke some toes or something like that. And I talked to her today. Luckily, she doesn't need to have surgery, so that's cool. We devoted the meditation to her, sending positive energy her way, and the doctor was like, "Hey, everything's in alignment. You just got to not put any weight on it, and it's gonna heal up pretty nicely." So she's gonna be good. Let's see. You say, "Oh, JT's here. JT Farms, my channel Shawwoman." See, JT only speaks when you are present, Evelyn. She doesn't speak to me. She doesn't give a fuck about Agni. She's only here for you, to be honest. She told me, she's like, I only come to your streams for the off chance that Evelyn's gonna show up. That's what I'm waiting for. She doesn't even give a fuck about me. JT, how are you? How is Miss Farms doing? How's your altar coming along? I hope it's nice. I hope your altar's coming along very nicely. It's you have a good centerpiece for it now too, right? Let's see. Evelyn, you say your vestibular is messed up, blurred vision, and have fallen over spontaneously 3 times. Whoa. So you probably can't drive then, right? You probably can't drive. I mean, if you're just randomly falling over, that's fucking intense. That's intense. Well, I mean, I guess I'm picking you up from the airport. Hopefully you'll be better by then. Hopefully you'll be better by then and be able to enjoy the trip and have a good time. Evelyn's coming to visit me. JT, what's the deal with this? Evelyn's flying all the way from Australia to visit me. And you won't even come from California to visit me. And we're in the same country. What the fuck's up with that? She's on the other side of the world, and she's like, Agni, holy shit! I'll come hang out with Agni. And you're like, I don't want to take a road trip. I don't want to take a road trip to go see Agni. It's like, what's up with that? I don't feel very special there, JT. I feel like you're all talk. Let's see. But Evelyn, on a more serious note, sorry that you're not fully recovered yet. Yeah, like concussions and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like one of my buddies, he comes with me to, well, when I used to go to this place in Spiritus Alchemy for guided meditations. It's basically it's a holistic beauty salon by day, and by night it is a guided meditation center. There's yoga, there's all sorts of stuff where we honor the Divine Mother, and we do all sorts of cool stuff basically. And it's basically really empowering, and you feel good. And one of my buddies was in there, and we were doing some like really intense breathing, right? And he just passed out, just bam, and fell and like hit his head, smashed his head like real quick like that. And he had a concussion. And now he's like moving real slow, like it's a slow recovery. But he was he's been dealing with that. Oh, hey, Victor Soar, man, what's up, bro? Good to see you, dude. Victor Soar, welcome in. But I didn't give Evelyn a proper shout out. Evelyn is a streamer here. Follow her on Twitch. She's an awesome yoga streamer. Victor Soar, I saw that chess game that you posted, man. That was a nice conversion, nice cleanup, man. Yeah, that queen move you made, man. It's so weird. I never would have saw that move. I like it. You're like a pretty dynamic attacking player. I feel like your pieces are moving all over the fucking board, like everywhere, you know. I'm more of like a fucking bulldozer, you know. I just slowly overpower the opponent, you know, just like it's like a slow grind. And you're finesse, you know. You're like and next thing you know, your opponent like doesn't even know what the fuck's going on, and they're toast, right? But yeah, that was a cool queen move, and that was a cool game. Yeah. I actually, to be honest though, some of the other games you've shown me have been way I thought were way cooler. Sometimes you do these really like beautiful subtle moves. I'm a big fan of the subtle moves, you know, like the ones that like, you know, don't seem like they do much. It's like, oh, I'm moving my king over one square, and then it's like, that's going to create like a checkmate in 5 moves for my opponent, you know, against my opponent, right? You know, stuff like that, right? Like I like the subtle moves, you know, and I'm really into those, you know. And then I also like the slow gain of space, you know, and then try to like be like a boa constrictor constricting around your opponent, right? But anyways, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. How you doing tonight? How's everything going with you? We got 3 mods in chat already. This is good. If when Chad guy shows up, we'll be ready. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for Harem King? Oh, I shouldn't have brought that up because I forgot there was that whole drama thing. Well, my bad. Everyone knows. It's all good now. Hopefully, all right. I pinned something. Okay, unpin. We're unpinning this message. All right. So, anyways, Tindereos is here now too, dude. Tindereos. I had not streamed in like months. Well, I had a couple streams, but I wasn't even doing guided meditation. And then I streamed like twice, and you're here for both of them, man. I guess it's because I'm streaming earlier in the day, right? Like, what time is it where you're at right now? It's probably like what, like I don't know, like midnight or something. And then when I stream like a few hours from now, you're probably like just crashing out or something. How you doing, man? How's it going? We got like what, four mods now? Yeah, we got 4 mods in chat. No, and Iggy, we have 5 moderators in chat. This is getting intense. We got 5 moderators. Big shout out. Yeah, you're still getting the shout outs, Tindereos. I haven't seen you streaming like, I don't know. I can't even remember you streaming. Like, do you even stream? It's been so long, man. I can't even remember you streaming. But anyways, good seeing you, man. Have you been modding for Floppy Jimmy lately? You still doing that? I know you and Aristotle are mods for him. All right, what else is going on? Let's see. Yeah, Evelyn, you say maybe you shouldn't drive, but you've done it for so long. It's second nature. Yeah, I mean, that I'd be doing the same thing you do. You know, I would be driving too. It's just like, hey, sorry, I got to drive. It's like I got to get to work, and I'm not gonna you know, spend all this money on an Uber every fucking day. You know, that would be my reasoning. You know, and if I die, I die. That's just the way it goes. And if I kill someone, you know, then I'll feel regretful in my next life. I'm joking. Those of you who don't know me, I can be sarcastic. Some people in other other parts of the world don't understand sarcasm, and they don't understand me. All I want to be is understood, right? That's all anyone ever wants. They want to be understood. They want attention. They want love. They want compassion. Right? That's the story that we tell our children, and it might be true. I don't know. Is it? We need a Victor Sor, you're the resident psychologist, right? You know, is that the case? That those are the things that people want. They want attention. They want I think there was a study, right, that babies who don't get attention are worse off than babies that barely get fed, right? They grow up more fucked up, right? That's like a very primal need is attention, right? Why do you think I stream? Because I'm a fucking whore and I need attention, right? No. Actually, I stream because I want to share guided meditation, but if no one was here, then I wouldn't stream, right? Obviously, because then I just meditate by myself, which I do anyway. Evelyn, you say brains are fragile and mysterious? They totally are. It's like, what the fuck is going on with the brain? I'm a philosophy of mind guy, so we study the mind-body problem. You know, how it is that something immaterial, such as consciousness, can arise from something material such as the brain. Like, we don't know what the fuck what consciousness is. We have no concept of what it means for something immaterial to arise from something material, right? That's like a weird fucking thing, right? But yeah, brains are weird. Brains are fucking weird. At least I think that's the case. Okay, so let's see. Victor Store, you say, so you're guessing Capablanca is a favorite of yours? Man is a beast. Man can be a beast. Man can be a beast. You're talking about Capablanca. To be honest, I have not checked out many of his games. It's kind of weird, actually, that I've barely seen any of his games. In fact, most of my knowledge about him comes from Twin Peaks, that David Lynch show, when the old fisherman dude, who's part of the Lynch mob, was talking about Capablanca, you know, because he was the chess player going against the bad evil chess guy, right, who was killing people in season 2. But yeah, I've barely checked out any of his games. I haven't checked out a ton of the historical games. Everyone's like, oh, you got to check out Morphy. You got to check out Paul Morphy. And I'm more interested in the fact that when he died, there were 50 pairs of women's shoes, you know, around the bathtub that he like killed himself in or something. But anyways, I like you know, just playing the game and learning and doing tactics, and I'm not like a history buff of chess, you know. But anyways, yeah, Tinder House, you're not streaming anymore. Yeah, that's what I figured, you know. But you know what? You still could jump back in. You could always pop back in and stream. That's the cool thing about being a streamer. You've done it, so you know about it. Evelyn, you have to drive to work. Yeah, you got it. You got to get to work, right? Tinder House, we Germans understand no humor. Yes, you guys have a very interesting style of humor, you Germans. You guys are known for efficiency. Like, I don't know if you know how other people in the world perceive you. In the U.S., at least, we perceive you as efficient engineers and fucking, like, tactical geniuses. You know, that you're really fucking smart. And what else? And you guys are good with, like, teamwork and shit. That's how we perceive you. You know, that's how we perceive you guys. You know, you're like all the best engineering like feats in the world come out of Germany. Like, at least that's what people in the U.S. think. I mean, we're probably totally wrong. But like, you guys do fucking have good teamwork, and you do have damn good engineers. Let me tell you. Evelyn, you're talking about love, connection, and purpose. Oh, those things. Yeah, there's those things too that infants need, that babies need, right? That humans need. You know, love, connection, purpose. I actually, I posted a poem recently that was actually the antithesis of that. Oh, I should read it for you. Let me bring it up. This is a good poem. So here's the reason I wasn't streaming. Those of you who have not seen me in a while, like Evelyn, you weren't here my last stream. Victor, sir, you didn't get to check out my last stream. It was 2 days ago. But I didn't stream for like 3 months. I streamed like twice, and you know, it was just me basically being pissed off playing chess, right? And the reason was because I was in a very depressed state of mind. I was like pissed off, and I was just really just unhappy and toxic. And now I didn't want to bring that to you. I don't want to spread that to you, right? So I was, and you know me, Mr. Authenticity. So I didn't want to come out here and be like, faking it. I don't want to fake being happy and try to like, fake, giving a peaceful, loving guided meditation. I'm only going to give a meditation if I can actually be genuine Agni, right? And just give that love and that peace, right? So I wasn't streaming, right? But yeah, I've turned a corner. I'm now feeling much better. The last few days, things have kind of shifted in my perspective, and yeah, I'm just everything's flowing better, and so now I'm streaming more. But anyways, during this time, I was feeling really negative. One of my favorite bands, their name is Sub Rosa, has some amazing lyrics. So let me find these. Let's bring it up. There it is. The name of the song is Killing Rapture. It's a really good song too. All right, here we go. Let me bring it up. I'm gonna have to wrestle with OBS too, because it likes to. Oh, here it is. Look at that. Look at that. All I have to do is move my camera because it's in the way. Why the fuck is that not wanting to move today? There we go. All right. Get over here. Get over here. We'll put it up here for now. No, we'll put it right here. All right. Here we go. I'll read these beautiful lyrics to you all. You should all be able to see these now. Revealing love to be a test tube of untidy sludge is the greatest triumph of the modern era. Evolution belies this unfortunate defect. We're smoothing out the gross chaos of biology. Antithesis to precision. A threat to order and reason. Inverse of numbers. The fruits of the heart are a useless and troublesome thing. A waste of time, thief of quota, and peace of mind. Rapture is such an inefficient emotion. With the surgical arts, will free them from their foolish hearts. To feel is the enemy. To be a dead tomb is a mercy. I can't read this next quote because I don't speak the language. But then it goes into, the time has come to take someone, anyone. Courtship is no more than a menu of flesh and blood. We're interchangeable as dung at the city dump. A city laid waste where everything's been decided for us. So get a ticket, erase all difference, undo the burden of identity. Your body is not your own. Ooh, I mean that's powerful. That's powerful. I was in a place where I was really feeling that. I was really resonating with that. But when you're resonating with that, it's kind of hard to come out here and be like, hey, let's go to that place of perfect love and oneness. Right? It's kind of hard to do that, right? Because you're not feeling it, right? And I'm not gonna fake it. You know me, I'm not gonna fake it. That's not my thing. But yeah. Oh man. All right. Anyways, Victor Star, you say epic beard. Yeah, the beard's growing out, right? The beard's growing out, man. I don't know. I cut it for a while. I grow it out sometimes. It's just how it goes. You never know what's going to happen with this beard. You were also saying another game that comes to mind is the Octopus game by Kasparov. I don't even know that game. Dude, I'm a fucking chess teacher. I literally teach it for a living, and I don't even know that game. I'll have to check that out sometime. Maybe post that in Discord and check it out. Those of you who have not signed up for Discord, do so. Wait a second. I don't even remember how to fucking do it. How do I put a link to my Discord? See, that's the thing. You don't stream for 3 months, you forget how to do shit. All right, well, whatever. I'll figure it out later. Oh, thank you, JT. Thank you. Did it go through? No, that's not it. All right, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. I don't remember the link or the command. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's broken, right? And that's another thing. You don't stream, things change, right? Okay, where else are we in chat? Uh, Evelyn, you said, "Oh my God, Twin Peaks!" Yes, Twin. So I'm a huge David Lynch fan. David Lynch is literally my favorite director of all time. I love David Lynch. I love everything. He's pretty much everything he's done. I'm not quite a fanboy. There's a few things that he's done that I haven't really dug, but Twin Peaks is fucking on point. That's some good shit. It really gets into the heart of and nature of this dualistic framework, right? David Lynch is all about contrast. A good example of it is at the beginning of Blue Velvet. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie, but you have this picturesque, beautiful suburban town. The sun's shining. You have a fireman, on a fire truck, driving by, waving to people with a big smile on his face. They're playing really happy music. Everything's like looking, beautiful. It's like a logging town, right? You got some logging trucks going by. This man's outside enjoying the day, watering his grass, right? And there's a dog out there that's having a good time. And then all of a sudden, the dude who's just, got the hose out there watering his grass just starts fucking having a heart attack, right? And he's like, like convulsing in pain. He's like kind of like a fish, kind of like flopping around a little bit like this, like a fish, And then he goes down, right? And then the music changes, a little bit, and it brings you down into the dirt. And next thing you know, you're looking into the dirt. And like you see like the worms and all the mites and all the little insects and parasites and all the stuff just in there, just kind of like fighting and gnawing and clawing at each other. And then it just immediately shifts back to like this this happy scene, right? Another happy scene, and it's like logs or something like that, right? But that's the whole point with David Lynch. He's a master of contrast. He loves to be able to show the contrast within this illusion, within this Maya, this dualistic framework. The people from the East understand this dualistic framework. They have a better understanding of of dualism better than we do, I think, in the West. In the West, we don't really make the distinction unless you're a philosopher, between monism and dualism, and don't understand the subtle differences between the two. But if you hold my metaphysics and believe that and have a very sparse ontology and hold that the only thing that exists are the minds of the people, and that we're all one consciousness in eternity, and that this is all just some kind of weird dream, perceptual dream, where we're split up into different bodies and yada yada yada. Anyways, if you hold all that shit, then you're like me. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I like David Lynch. I got on a crazy tangent. Let's see. Tinder S, you say I'm not even gonna be able to pretend how to pronounce that. Slovakivzek even wrote a book about his movies. Yeah, I mean Lynch is he's one of the greats. He's one of the all-time greats. And he was a game changer. No one did what he was doing. The shit he did was revolutionary. Like Eraserhead, a movie like Eraserhead had never come out. I mean that changed everything. That put him on the map. It's black and white. It's not a long movie. What is it, like 45 minutes, something like that, 50 minutes? But it changed everything. And then everyone's like, oh my God, who's this guy who's doing something novel, something new, right? They say nothing new under the sun, but David Lynch actually did bring some new stuff under the sun, right? So yeah. Anyways, let's see, what do we got here? Evelyn, you say I would love the Melbourne art scene. Is it Melbourne or Melbourne? I don't know how to pronounce it. Where you're from, but yeah, I totally would. I'm big into, and we have a pretty good art scene in Chicago too. We have the Art Institute of Chicago. It's pretty fucking badass. It's world renowned. Yeah, I'm big into checking out all the awesome art. But I tend to gravitate towards the darker side of human nature when I see art, because I don't know, it's just where I like to go, because it just seems like if we're going to be living in an illusion, you might as well check out some of the darker shit too, But anyways, Uh, let's see. Let's come back here. Unpin this message. Oh, there was Oh, JT redeeming poetry time. No one even fucking told me about this. JT redeem poetry time. Wow, that's the first poetry redemption. Oh, you're talking about the poem I read. Okay, okay, good. Because I didn't feel like having to dig out a poem. I don't even remember which poems I've read on here. I had a list at one point, and now I fucked it up. So I might be like reading the same poem like 10 times. Okay. All right. Evelyn, you say that's great. I rose from the dark. Yeah, I was in a state of despair, of total despair, and now I'm feeling much better. I'm just, it's one of those things. It's Debato, you say, hi, what's your rating in chess? I've been trying to get into it lately. So in November, I got to my high. 1979 was my ELO on chess.com in November. So that's the 99.9th percentile. So I was pretty pumped about that. Since then, my chess has pretty much gone to shit. I've lost some rating points, but I'm starting to slowly, get my rating back up there. It's weird, it's never a straight shot up. You always kind of gravitate up and down, but hopefully the idea is you just keep, eventually, going in the right direction. I want to break 2,000 on chess.com. I think that would be pretty badass. 1979. I mean, I was beating over 2,000 plus players like nothing. I was just like mauling them. Like I was on fire. I just got on this amazing streak, and I was seeing the board with such crystal clarity. Like it was crazy. Like it was like, oh, I just played every game was like 95% accuracy. It was like I would have like a game with like 92% accuracy, and I was like, man, I was way off that fucking game. And that's when you run the game reviews on chess.com. But yeah, anyways, I'm a chess instructor in real life. That's what I do for a living. Yeah, I know, right? I was pretty excited. I had a streak of like, I don't know, something like 8 out of 10 games with 95% accuracy or over, which is crazy for someone who's 1979. Like even if you're like a even higher than that, that's kind of crazy, right? But I was rolling. I was fucking rolling, right? But and then I got in a really bad funk. I self-destructed and I lost like a shit ton of games in a row. It was really bad. And then I came back up all the way up to like 1950ish, and then dropped down again. And then it was like 1920, and then dropped down again. It's just been this weird fucking weird battle with me. That's how it goes with me. It's all psychological with me. When I'm in a good state of mind and playing good, I can beat I can beat anyone, up to about 2,100 on chess.com, right? Like, because I was smoking 2050s, I was like smoking these guys. But then when I'm not in a good state of mind, I can't even see the fucking board. Like, I just like blundered my queen the other day, which is crazy for someone who's in the 99.9th percentile. You don't just like blunder your fucking queen away like nothing. It's called the Botez Gambit if you're into that shit, right? If you're into chess streamers. Let's see. Evelyn, you said you saw Blue Velvet, but you were a young girl. It went already. Blue Velvet, I mean, that's probably traumatic to see as a young girl, right? That's a pretty violent movie. I don't recommend it. And I also don't recommend showing it. One of my good friends, actually two of my good friends for some reason decided it was a good idea to like show their mothers Blue Velvet, like when they were like, I don't know, like little kids. Or not little kids, but like when they were like 15, and their mothers didn't appreciate it. There's a very violent Dennis Hopper rape scene in that movie. Hey, Makawaka's here. How you doing? Big shout out to Makawaka. Makawaka is a streamer here. He's a streamer on Twitch. He's one of the big dogs out here. Whenever I stop by, he does a lot of like walking streams out in nature and in neighborhoods, walking around, and he's a good dude. You've been doing it. I feel like you've been doing it forever, man. I feel like you've been streaming for like centuries, dude. I don't know. You just got that vibe about you. You're so laid back. You're so chilled. You're just like doing your thing. You're relaxing. You're going out in nature. It's a really unique thing. You're like a unique guy. But anyways, check him out. Drop him a follow. How you doing, man? How's life? I've barely been streaming at all. This is like I streamed like twice or three times in a 3 month period, but now I'm feeling better. I was really down and depressed, and I didn't want to bring that toxicity into the world. So now I'm feeling better, and I streamed a guided meditation 2 days ago, and now we're going to do another guided meditation tonight. And yeah, I've turned a corner, so that's good. All right. Anyways, Tinder has to say The Art of the Ridiculous Sublime on David Lynch's Lost Highway. David Lynch's Lost Highway. That's a masterpiece. That's a fucking masterpiece. It's wild, right? And that's the thing too about David Lynch's movies and his work. You're never gonna understand them your first viewing, right? You have to watch them like repeatedly, and then sometimes you watch it like twice, and you're like, I still don't grasp that. Like Mulholland Drive is a fucking nightmare to try to like understand. Like anyone who says they fully understand and have a full, complete, comprehensive understanding of Mulholland Drive is full of shit. They're completely full of shit. That movie, I've seen Mulholland Drive probably 10 times, and like I still like have about a 40% understanding, and that's probably like more than like 99.99% of the population. All right. Let's see. Where else are we in chat? Let's go through. Teneris, you thought the song lyrics was a poem? Oh yeah, absolutely. The song lyrics were the poem. I didn't know. I just didn't see that JT had actually done that. I got behind in chat. Okay, all right, cool. I think we're all caught up. Fuck yeah, we did it. We're all caught up. I'm not gonna sit here and dilly-dally. We're gonna do some meditation. That's the work. That's the work. We come here, we do the meditation so we can get in touch with the divine. Because we're divine beings. We're powerful divine beings, but we fucking forget that shit. And we're like, oh, I gotta go to work at the gas station and like fucking hate my life and like, listen to people's bullshit. But it's like, no, you're part of God. You're fucking an extension of pure power, of pure love, of pure oneness. Don't ever, think low of yourself for any fucking reason. And here's the other thing: if you think low of yourself, you're doing a disservice not just to yourself, but to the universal energy, or you could call it God, you could call it creation, you could call it whatever the fuck your metaphysics calls it. Every religion, philosophy has their own term for it. Whatever that X is, whatever that X is, that X represents that divine. Unless you're an atheist, right? But then you still believe in something, right? You believe there's nothing, which is kind of interesting. Or not. That's nihilism, but atheists believe there's no God. But what evidence do you have to support that claim, right? By the way, nihilism is self-refuting. Those of you who've ever studied much nihilism, because nihilism is basically the belief in that there's nothing. But if you're believing that there's nothing, that nothing exists, then that right there is belief, right? That right there is belief. It's like it's a weird fucked up thing. It creates a kind of like a weird paradox. It's self-refuting. And so then nihilists will say, well, we believe that nothing exists except the belief in nihilism. They try getting around it in that way. There's other ways to do it. The continental philosophers could explain it to you better than this analytic philosopher. I just throw necessary and sufficient conditions at you and tell you what is required for a certain criteria to be met. The continental philosophers will woo you with verse and beautiful language, and sometimes they get charged with obfuscation though, because that's how it goes. But we're gonna do some meditation. All right. Okay, so let's get the lighting better in here. I feel like this one always wants to fuck with me. All right, so yeah, anyways, I always come out here intense as fuck. I'm always like ready to go. I'm always like, full of energy and pumped up. And then we slow things down. And we go to the place of peace, love, and harmony existing in our hearts. So find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes. And take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. I have an Amitabha Buddhist chant that I play that has a chime that rings every 2 seconds. And you can use it to help regulate your breath count. I think it needs to be louder. There we go. So take a few more slow and deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds are representative of the transitory nature of your mind. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Stay focused on your breath count. As thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating away from you. Return your focus to your breath. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your breath. Stay true to your breathing. And become one with your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your focus to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from this location. And the warmth surrounding this love. Experience the perfect peace residing here. And the joy which accompanies it. In this place, you are eternal. In this location, you are home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay true to your breathing. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay true to your breath count.